Hi guys, it's Amy Catherine here, and this is your weekly reading for June 29th through July 5th, 2020. Okay, so I know this reading is a little bittersweet because this is my last weekly reading. I will be doing other things on this channel, so don't worry, you still will see me doing stuff. It's just not going to be every week, and the reason why is because I got to get back to my artwork. I just don't have a whole lot of bandwidth right now with editing and doing all the stuff with the video. Basically, every animation, everything you see on this video is 100% me. Like, I don't have any help here. And, anybody who has done video editing in the past, you know that it takes a minute to do that. And I really want to devote more time to a lot of the other things that bring me great joy. And I want to build this channel up so that it is something that works for you long term, that isn't something that's just relevant for the next week or the coming week, things that you can go back to and learn and share with your friends. So I will be continuing to do things on this channel, and I am going to be coming out with some videos soon on psychic development tips, and I plan on doing meditation journeys and all that stuff, and a lot of basically just, I want to do psychic development information so that you have basically this ease of access to psychic development information. So to make sure that whenever you go to a psychic or whenever you start exploring your own intuition, that you do so informed. So we do have some astrological events this week. And if you've never been to my channel before, welcome. I'm Amy Catherine. This is going to be a very intuitive channel and a channel on developing your intuition. But for this last week's reading, we do have some astrological events. So on June 30th, which I believe is a Tuesday, we've got a rare Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Now, this only happens once in a blue moon, maybe once every, I'd say 15 to 20 years or so. It's not very common. What's really interesting is that it happens 3 times this year. So we had it happen once in April. Now, Jupiter and Pluto are going backwards. They're going retrograde, and they're meeting up again on the, June 30th. And then they're going to start to go direct. They will meet again moving forward on November 12th. And then it's going to be a long time before they meet up again. So what's really important to you about this is that you can utilize the energy of this sort of astrological event, because Jupiter is a very sort of positive planet. A lot of people love him. He expands what he touches. He's Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. He's the philosopher. Wherever Jupiter is on your chart, that is where you have extra luck. That is where you expand things. That's where you have a lot of knowledge or philosophical endeavors towards. And when Pluto conjuncts Jupiter, Pluto is master of death and rebirth, change. Pluto is the crucible. And when they go conjunct, when they align astrologically, that is a great time to sort of take power, to grow your business, to inform yourself and have new opportunities. It's a very sort of magnanimous time for you. So it's a great time to make strong business plans and make power plays, and do so with a lot of success and gusto. It's going to be a day where you just feel kind of this sense of magnetism, and you sense this ability to move forward and like take great leaps. On July 1st, we also have another event. So that's Wednesday. Mars is going to enter Aries. And what's really interesting is that Mars has a very similar orbit to the sun as Earth does. Now, Mars isn't close to Earth. It's like millions and millions of miles away, but it's still pretty close in astrological senses versus, say, Pluto. But basically, Mars goes into Aries. And what's really interesting is that Mars actually moves around the sun in the zodiac pretty quickly. But what's really interesting is he's staying at 6 months in Aries, which is his favorite sign. Aries is the sign that he rules. So July 1st, you might see, ooh, I feel like I got a Red Bull. You might feel like, oh, I got a lot more energy to do the things I want to do. And Mars is going to stay in Aries for a minute. He's going to retrograde in Aries. He's going to just take his time in Aries. So July 1st, if you've been needing some sort of like pick-me-up, go-go juice energy, then July 1st is your day for that. We've also got some interesting events happening on Sunday. So Sunday, July 5th, there is going to be a lunar eclipse. It is the last of 3 eclipses in a row. So we just had a solar eclipse, a new moon eclipse in Cancer at 0 degrees Cancer. And I talked about that the week before last. And now we've got a lunar eclipse, a full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So the moon's going to be in Capricorn and the sun is going to be on the opposite side of of the chart in Cancer. And what's really great about this eclipse is it is a very lucky sort of full moon. This is a great time to sort of make a wish, because moons have this amazing sort of energy that asks us to play with them. So a new moon is a great time to basically indraw energy. So if you think of a new moon, think of it as when you're about to inhale, when you're at that sort of critical degree of your exhale, when you're just going and you're about to inhale, pulling that energy. So that's what a new moon is. New moon is inhaling, and then the full moon is exhaling. But get this, what's really interesting about a lunar eclipse, a full moon lunar eclipse, is it takes on both of those attributes, because it goes from light to dark to light again because of the Earth's shadow passing over the full moon. And it has some really great aspects. So we've got Uranus in a nice sort of trine to the moon. So it's a very harmonious aspect. And Uranus is the lightning strike. He electrifies anything that he dances with. He adds a sort of energy of unexpectedness. It's basically a great sort of aspect, because when Uranus trines the moon, that's for good unexpected businesses, successes. That's a great time to really find new people in your life, make new friends. The moon is also conjunct some lesser known benefic stars, and Uranus also sextiles Mercury, which is another form of a harmonious sign. And what's really interesting is that Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So they're both about mental communication and ideas, and they both kind of share that energy. So when Uranus is in a nice sort of sextile to Mercury, that's a great time to communicate with friends. So you might find that during that sort of full moon, you might have people come back to you and start talking to you more, or unexpected new friendships might form. And then we've also got the Sun conjunct Sirius on that July 5th full moon. And Sirius is a great star. It is known as the dog star. It is one of the brightest stars. I believe it is the brightest star in the sky. And it has been known throughout eons as a star that was really sort of revered by multiple cultures, especially Egyptian culture. And it was known as the sort of our second sun. And it's a great star, and it's a great star for good placements in your chart, because that's at 14 degrees and some change in Cancer. So the sun is going to have a nice sort of exact conjunction with that. So this is going to be a great weekend to make plans for new beginnings with friendships, maybe some business successes. You might have some artistic inspiration. This is a great weekend to sort of indraw that. And with full moons, it's a great time to light a white full moon candle, or a white or silver candle in general, and just sort of make a wish. And it's a great time to both release and indraw on a full moon eclipse, because it's a time of changes. Eclipses are great sort of change energies. So on to the weekly reading, the last weekly reading. I chose to use my favorite deck, which is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is the Centennial edition of the deck, because it's got the Order of the Sacred Rose, that sort of rose that you see on Death's flag in the Rider-Waite deck. That is on this as basically the symbol for it. And then we also have Pamela Coleman Smith's signature. So if you notice on all of the Rider-Waite cards, her signature is on there, and she is the artist and illustrator of that card deck. So that's why I like to add her name to the deck, because the Rider-Waite deck is just known as Rider playing card games, and then you've got Sir Arthur Edward Waite, who commissioned Pamela Coleman Smith to make the illustrations. So on to the weekly reading. I draw 3 cards. So we're going to have one for Monday, Tuesday, one for Wednesday, Thursday, and one for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So for Monday, Tuesday, we've got the King of Cups direct. So when he shows up, he is all about nurturing. It's about new friendships coming in, or it's about a nurturing and renewal of relationships. I really feel like there is a sort of deeper connection with masculine energy in your life. The King of Cups is a great sort of nurturing and empathic card. It can be someone who's a nurturing and empathic male coming into your life. It feels like a sense of closeness to male energy, fathers or husbands or partners in your life, and a great time to communicate with them and to form a deeper sort of connection with them. On to Wednesday, Thursday, we've got the moon reversed. Now, I do read reverse cards. See, this is what she looks like right side up, and then this is what she looks like right upside down. So with the moon card, it's a very interesting card for me. And then when that card shows up, that is a time to sort of rise above issues that you may be having. It's about, thinking in the terms of the long game and thinking in terms of long-term plans without being caught up into day-to-day drama. The moon card can come up reversed for people who have a hard time rising above gossip gossip or petty drama, because the moon is this sort of beautiful sort of celestial body that is rising above. There's an image of a dog, a wolf, and a crustacean, and the dog and the wolf are kind of baying at the moon, and the crustacean's doing something. I never understood why they put a crustacean in there, but I guess it's like, upset at the moon. And it's a very sort of Cancer card, because Cancer is also represented by the crustacean. And Cancer is ruled by lunar energy. So with the moon energy coming in, and we're currently in Cancer season, this is a time to really sort of not get too emotional about something and think of the big picture. So if you've got people who are like yang, or there's, pettiness, this is about you sort of not sort of wallowing with the pigs and not taking the bait. And this is a time to really sort of take extra emphasis on rising above that. And they keep saying, think long term. So there may be a short-term issue that may not align with your long-term plan, and you got to go, okay, is this worth it in the long run? Is this going to benefit me in the long run? And if it doesn't, then just, let it go and move on. On to the weekend, we've also got another reverse card. It is the Two of Coins reversed. So this is what he looks like right side up. He's somebody who feels like he's got a lot going on in there. He's juggling. There's a ship in the background. It's kind of topsy-turvy. But when he's upside down, it's even more chaotic. So when he's right side up, that's somebody who really needs to invite play into their life. And when he's upside down, it means that it's probably going to be a time where we're going to be very busy, and there's going to be the temptation this weekend to really sort of get caught up in the fray, and we may have a reluctance to finding play energy. The trick with the Two of Coins is the Two of Coins asks us to find something fun and find a childlike wonder for life and play a little bit to sort of balance the chaos in our life. Because when we get too focused on work, we have this tendency to really sort of shy away from the things that bring us joy. And this weekend is saying, please remember to do something for yourself. Please remember to slow down or do something fun. Watch a stand-up comedy, or even listen to it in your earbuds if you're working this weekend. So this is going to be a really great time to sort of play with that childlike wonder energy and laugh at the issue. Because especially with everything going on with current events, this is a time where laughter and positive energy are especially needed as healers in medicine. So that's what we're really working on with this weekend. This is a weekend where you might want to get caught up in the workload and get caught up in tasks and caught up in all the to-do list stuff that you've got to do on the weekend. Make sure that you set aside some time for joy, because that's really going to lighten the load psychologically. So anywho, I hope you enjoyed this last reading. Don't be afraid. I am going to be coming out with new content probably once or twice a month, depending on my mood. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when that content comes out. I also have a newsletter, and my newsletter subscribers get free monthly readings and monthly astrological reports. So if you want to get free monthly readings, don't forget to subscribe to my monthly newsletter, and that link is below. I'm also doing in-person readings at Yo Ray Life in Duluth, Georgia on August 30th, and their link is below if you want to sign up for that. And I do in-person readings at Forever in a Day in Woodstock, Georgia, if you find yourself in the area. Now, if you're not in the area but you'd like to have a reading with me, you can book a reading with me online. That link is also below. I do web readings where we can have sort of a FaceTime sort of thing. I use GoToMeeting to record the reading, and then you can also call in the reading if you're not really into the computer stuff. So you can book a reading with me at any time of the day. Now my readings are available, or basically the appointment scheduler is available 24/7. I may not be available 24/7, but make sure that you just check that out, and the link is below to see if there's a time that fits your schedule. I'm also offering astrology readings too, and astrology readings officially as an add-on for my appointment scheduler online. So if you'd like an astrology reading, a natal reading, or maybe even a solar return reading if your birthday's coming up, just let me know. All that info is in my booking information. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you would like to receive more psychic development content, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share my videos. And I hope you are staying safe. Please don't forget to social distance. We're still not out of all this COVID mess just yet. I know we want to be, but we're still going to have to play it safe. And please stay safe. Please stay smart. And just remember, stay in love and light. And don't forget to laugh. Talk to you later. I'll see you again. Bye.